Hey guys, Justin Brock here, the Medicare Guru. Today I'm going to break down the difference between the Aetna and the Manhattan Life dental, vision, and hearing programs. So stay tuned, please check it out. A lot of confusion with these plans and a lot of things that are relayed to clients that aren't exactly accurate. So I want to break that down and help you help more people. Okay, so like I was saying with Aetna and Manhattan Life, there seems to be a lot of confusion. Probably one of the most commonly confused topics regarding this is that Aetna's plan is very similar to Manhattan Life's plan, and so a lot of times you take for granted that certain things are exactly the same that are not. And there's going to be a really common one here that I find the most of the time not portrayed correctly, and a couple other things that people often overlook. So let's start with the dental benefits, right? Okay, so dental is the biggest portion of these type of plans. Normally that's the way that people can be out the most amount of money, and it's the things that most of our clients are concerned with more than anything. So on the dental side, with Aetna and Manhattan Life, we have it broken down by preventative, basic, and major. Preventative, basic, and major, right? Preventative care, year 1, 60%, year 2, 70%, year 3 and after, 80%. Very similar over here with Manhattan, 60, 70, 80, exactly the same, right? They both have the $1,000 and the $1,500 plan options, and that's how the preventative is covered with that option, okay? Basic, right, 60, 70, 80, 60, 70, 80, exactly the same, right? So up until that point, pretty much identical policies. Now, when you get into the major services, and we're talking bridges, crowns, not fillings. Fillings are covered under basic, but bridges, crowns, what was I going to say? Dentures, partials, that kind of stuff. You're going to be looking at 0% on both the first year, but Manhattan Life comes in at 70% in year 2, and then bumps to 80% year 3. A lot of people think that is how Aetna's does, but actually Aetna's on major is 0% first year, but then it goes to 60 and stays at 60 for the life of the policy. So it never gets above 60, does not start out at 70 in year 2 the way Manhattan does. That's the first differentiation in the two plans that I think is very important to know. And a lot of times that doesn't get relayed correctly. Okay? On the vision side, we have Aetna and Manhattan Life here. The two big portions of this that we noticed is there is a $200 every 2-year benefit on limit on Aetna's vision, right? So they have $200 to use towards vision every 2 years. Medico used to do this, some other companies did. Manhattan Life actually allows you to use the full policy benefit. Now they do have usual and customary limitations, or you can go in a network and avoid that, but Aetna's is the same there, and so Manhattan Life would allow you, if you had the $1,500 plan and you had the need and had that much, you wouldn't have the limit. I don't normally see somebody using $1,500 towards vision, but it is common to use $400 or $500 towards it, especially somebody that needs maybe 1 or 2 pairs of glasses, maybe loses another pair, or their dog chews them up or something like that. Hearing, same, very similar differences. Aetna has a $500 a year benefit for hearing. Manhattan Life allows you to use that full policy benefit again. So if you have a $1,500 plan, you can use that full $1,500 towards hearing aids or hearing aid repairs. So that still makes Manhattan's to us a more rich in benefits policy. Now the one thing I didn't write up here was waiting periods. So I'll do waiting periods here. Dental, we kind of talked about it over here. You have the waiting period on it going to 70% and 80%, and then over here you have the 1-year wait paying at 0% on majors, right? Now when I go over here and talk about waiting periods on vision, they're both 6 months, so that's the same, and then on hearing, both 12 months, so that's the same. So the waiting periods are almost identical with the exception of the 60 and 60% cap over here. So it's still the same waiting period, it just doesn't come in as high of a coverage level. On the exclusions, I just noted some big ones that people should be aware of, and these are excluded on both of these. Wisdom teeth, impacted wisdom teeth, implants, and orthodontia, so braces. So this is something that I think people should be aware of when they're selling it. I think all too often you're right in the middle of it and you're about to have them sold and they say, does it cover braces? And people say things like, I think so, and it doesn't. So make sure you relay that if it's asked about, okay? So also when we look at price, so I'm just running a 64-year-old quote, no matter the gender. I mean, these brochures break all this information down. You don't really have to leave here to get this info, but for some reason it just never gets correctly relayed. So Manhattan Life, first of all, will allow you to take out the policy from 18 to 85. You can add children to a family policy that are under 18. On Aetna, it's 18 plus, so there's not, right now they don't show a cap on here. I may be wrong on that. Sorry, issue age is 0 to 89. But again, it's similar to Manhattan's, as you can add children to a family plan. If we're looking at price, a 64-year-old on the $1,000 policy would be $34.28 with Manhattan Life. This is most states. There are a few that still haven't adapted the increases. 64-year-old on the 1500 is $44.93. Okay. Now Aetna's typically comes in a little cheaper, and theirs is age banded at a different rate. So whereas Manhattan's is in 5-year, not 5-year age increments, but age increments like this: 18 to 39, 40 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 to 74, and 75 to 85. Aetna's in the senior market is 51 to 70 is all one bracket, and then it's 71 plus. So if you're looking at a 64-year-old, there, I'm going to just write it right here, really small. Probably won't be able to see it. But Aetna's is $31.28 for the $1,000 benefit, and $36.80 for the 1500. So if you're selling on price, Aetna's is going to come in a little lower, and the name brand sounds good. But as far as the quality of coverage, if someone will pay a little bit more, you're going to have a better deal with Manhattan Life's plan. So, and of course plan availability goes into it. Sometimes people just want it all to be Aetna because they're getting their Medicare supplement with Aetna and all that. But a lot of times I think that it's just the easy way out. When explaining a little bit more, you can get somebody a lot more coverage when they're looking at their vision and their hearing being much better over here with Manhattan Life. So I hope that helps break down the Aetna and Manhattan Life. In the future, I'll probably do one on Mutual of Omaha and how it compares, as well as Nationwide and Ameritas. Those are some other popular ones. We write a huge portion, probably 85% of our dental plans right here, and then Mutual of Omaha and Nationwide are getting more and more popular. Nationwide having the higher benefit amount is nice, and they also have the waived waiting period potential for people who had other coverage for the last 12 months. So, but with these two right here, that's how they stack up. Hope this helps you explain it better to your clients. Thank you for watching.